welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to show you my finished product for my Ant-Man costume that I did for my son. On the jacket, where I left off from last time, was I showed you how to put the pieces together, the black and the red pieces together onto your jacket. So what I ended up finding after was this, it's called parachute cord, and it's a silver color. And before I was going to use the paint and just outline it, which would be a lot quicker, but what I did was, since I found this, it made it look a lot nicer, and it showed you the straight lines when you're using it. So basically what I did was I just hand stitched it from the back and just kind of weaved it, and when you put the needle through it, just go halfway, so that way the stitch doesn't go on top of the cord and it just stays in the middle, and then you know, thread it up and down. So what I did was I followed it along here. I did the top edging, and then I end up tucking it in to with the zipper there. I end up doing a piece that went around the neck area, and just did a couple loops around there to give it the effect on the neck area. And then I did 3 lines around the shoulder, and then you can kind of see it goes into the back, and it looped up. And it's a lot easier if you use one cord and not cut it in so many pieces, so that way you don't have so many end pieces that you have to bunch together and kind of, you know, make it look neat together. So I kind of looped it around there. Then another thing I found was the Avengers Patch, and so I put that on the shoulder here. I was able to iron it on, and then I did a small little stitch around it just in case if it, you know, came apart. I didn't want it to come apart later, so I did a second stitch in the back. Then the last kind of part that I kind of did to it was I added some lights to the jacket. So I put it on the top shoulders here, and then 2 on the bottom down here. But what I used was, first of all, I used Velcro. Let me show you right here. So what I used was kind of the thinner strips of Velcro. I just cut a piece off, and it has the sticky part on the back of it, so I was able to glue it there, but I still gave it a couple stitches just to kind of hold it in place. Then these lights that I found, they're called finger lights, and they come in a pack of like 4. But of course the only ones I wanted was the red one, so I had to just buy a few packs of those. And what I ended up doing was using the fabric paint that I used on the pants, and I put it on the top of it just to make it look a little with the design there on top. And you can see, you can just push them forward and it turns on, and you can just turn it off so it doesn't wear out the battery, and then you can just put it, you know, in any direction that you want. What I end up doing was the ones on the front, because they do have a high beam, was I push them or face them to go down, so that way it doesn't go into his face, distract him. Then the top ones, I have them facing out there. And I'm going to turn, you can see the back of my jacket is where with the silver cord it followed, you know, around the sides there. Then the ones that I put on down here, I went ahead and had them facing up, since it's the back and it shines the lights up. Then the second thing I did, or the last part here, was his pack that he has in the back. I used 4 foam mats that you can buy anywhere, usually kind of in a hardware area. But what I did was I cut them out and made the designs, and then I glued them together there. And then I used some sandpaper to smooth out the sides that I needed. And then I used a knife and made 2 and 3 squares here. And they just looks just like that. So that way, in case you have to change out your lights, you can just change them out and then put them right in. It fits right in there. So I did the 3 together there. And then I found an old cord of a light that I had, so I sprayed it silver and I made it go into like the pack that he has in his back. And then you can see on these also is they light up, and they show you how this looks together. So you can see how that lights up there. And I can show you actually how the finished product will look. There's the back side. I'll turn around to the front so you can look at the side view there. And that's my jacket that I ended up for my son's Ant-Man costume. So at the very end, I did end up stitching the bottom. I took it off, I took it apart, and what I did was had the fleece off, and then I ended up just tucking it in and doing a stitch around it, so that way it looks a lot neater around, and that way you couldn't see the other material. But it also gave me an idea whenever I was hand stitching the cords and doing the designs. It's a lot easier if you had the 2 materials separated, so when you hand stitched it and you put the fleece material on it, you couldn't see the stitch. It's apart, so it's actually just stitched to the front one, and it just makes it look a lot nicer. So let me show you just the 2 pieces together. So this again was the jacket, and then here is the pants that I did for him. You can see it together here. Again, I just left the elastic unfinished because I just want to wait till a little bit closer to Halloween, so just in case he grows, I have room to kind of change that up. And then the leggings also, I'm waiting to the end to stitch in him the bottom of the legs and not in the hands part, just a little bit closer to Halloween, so that way, just in case he grows, I can measure it up to his size. So thank you so much for watching our channel. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And our next episode that we're going to be doing tutorials is going to be the accessories. So still stay tuned. We're going to do the belt, the helmet, and some gloves, and the rest of the accessories for the Ant-Man. So stay tuned and watch our next channel. Thank you.